In 2011, there was an armed robbery at a 7-Eleven store. Police searched for the suspect but found no sign of them. They heard noise from a nearby house, so they suspected the suspect may be hiding there. They found a heroin addict with a gun and arrested him. It was Jeff Pearson, who had robbed a store earlier. He managed to trick the police while going through heroin withdrawal. Jeff Pearson's arrest and interrogation by the police were recorded on camera. Later, a video of the footage was uploaded to Jeff's YouTube channel, making him a popular figure in the interrogation community. He spent almost 24 hours in custody, but the video was only 15 minutes long. Despite facing a possible life sentence for robbery, he did not serve any time. During his brief time in custody, he was treated kindly and taught the police how to handle interrogations. The following footage shows us in stunning detail what methods the cops will try on you and how to dodge them like an absolute pro. The footage of Jeff Pearson's interrogation begins with him sitting in a small, windowless room, wearing prison scrubs and handcuffed. He had already been processed and spent some time in a cell while the police gathered evidence and prepared to question him. Jeff asks,
I'm under arrest?
Yeah, I'll explain everything, but before I explain myself to you, before we talk to each other, I need to read your rights, okay?
What am I under arrest for?
Well, like I said, I need to read your rights first. Obviously, the charge is robbery, okay?
Right from the beginning of his interrogation, Jeff Pearson asks if he is under arrest and the reasons behind it. Jeff has done his research, as this is a crucial step one should take in such a situation. Jeff's experience shows that if you're not being held by the police, you can leave and not answer their questions. But if you're being held, the police must tell you your rights before questioning you. It's important to remember these rights and use them to protect yourself and build a strong defense. When arrested, ask for a lawyer and stay silent until one is provided. Police must remind you of these rights. Knowing and using them is important for a fair trial.
The right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to talk to the lawyer for advice before we question you. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer and you want one, a lawyer will be provided for you. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you'll still have the right to stop answering questions at any time. Does that make sense? You've probably heard these before, haven't you?
People often don't realize the importance of their rights during an arrest because they get stressed. These rights are commonly shown in the media but are essential for protecting oneself in police custody. The detective who interrogated Jeff didn't mention that he had the right to ask for a lawyer. Jeff could refuse to answer any questions until he has legal representation. The detective made a snarky comment about Jeff's criminal history, which might have been to remind him of his past.
Do you understand your rights? Do you understand your rights, Jeff? Yes or no? You understand?
We're getting paid more than you are, so we can sit here for a long time, man.
I just need you to answer me yes or no. Do you understand your rights? Let's get through that question. Do you understand what I read you? Do you comprehend what I read you?
After being reminded of his Miranda rights, Jeff decides to remain silent. The detective seems uneasy about the situation despite trying to appear indifferent.
That's something that says you didn't do this robbery. This is your chance to talk to us.
Okay, good cop.
No, usually I'm the prick.
You look like the prick.
I am.
If we're talking about dominance, Jeff just took everything the cops had and dumped it in that garbage can.
I'm not asking if you want to talk to me at this point. I just want to know, do you understand what I read to you?
So am I under arrest?
Yes, you're under arrest.
Get me back to the cell. I don't talk to you motherfuckers.
Okay, fair enough.
Jeff remained quiet and did not respond to the initial questioning. The police did not have enough evidence against him. He was sent back to his cell. Later, he was called for a second round of questioning.
You gonna be able to pop it open or you need me to?
I need methadone.
You need methadone?
Yeah, you guys can get me that methadone?
I don't have any. Do you have medication for it, or a prescription for it? Or?
No.
What do you need methadone for?
Because I'm a fucking junkie and you guys, I can't get no methadone. I'm gonna go through withdrawal here in a minute.
When Jeff returned to the interrogation room, he asked for a can of soda and mentioned that he was experiencing drug withdrawal symptoms. He requested methadone, a drug that can help alleviate the symptoms and cravings associated with withdrawal. Jeff had probably been dealing with these symptoms while in police custody.
How long you been using heroin?
Long time, buddy.
10 years? 15 years?
I hardly been alive that long. What are you trying to talk to me about here?
Talk to you about what happened last night. Look, here's the deal. Either you're in a bad set of circumstances or you went and committed an armed robbery last night.
Yeah, right? I'm in a shitty, wrong place at the wrong time, obviously. I didn't commit no fucking armed robbery.
All right, then let's talk about this. Let's
I don't talk to the police, man.
Jeff is clearly through with a personal talk and wants to return to the matter. In his eyes, he's been arrested for something he didn't do, and wants to get out of there as quickly as possible.
I've been through the system, buddy. I know how it works.
I know you have,
You're
Jeff.
not my friend.
I'm not your friend.
You're trying to fucking get me. Or you're
I'm not trying to get you.
All you're trying to get is some fucking stupid-ass fucking confession, and you're not going to get one.
Jeff, I'm not going to get a confession out of you for nothing.
Exactly, because I didn't do nothing.
I'm not trying to get a confession out of you.
Okay, I'm going to tell you, I didn't commit no armed robbery, and y'all ain't got no fucking evidence saying I did. Let me go. All you did is find me sitting in my buddy's house because my fucking buddy's dog's going ape shit. I go outside. There are cops everywhere, and they spotlight me. They say, "Come here." I say, "What's up?" They search me. They ain't find nothing. What's up?
Let me read this.
No.
Yes.
Because I'm not going to sign it.
You don't have to sign it. But let me read it for you. Okay?
I'm not signing nothing.
You don't have to sign it.
The detective claimed he wasn't trying to incriminate Jeff, yet he was interrogating him while handcuffed. Despite this, Jeff's impressive responses demonstrated a solid legal defense. He pointed out that the police were trying to coerce his confession, which added to his defense. The right technique is a popular interrogation method developed in the 1960s by a former cop and psychologist, involving 9 steps. It consists of 9 steps that start with a friendly conversation and end with presenting the suspect with 2 statements that will result in a confession. This method can coerce innocent suspects into admitting guilt to crimes they did not commit. The case that the technique was initially developed around involved a man falsely accused of killing his wife and was tricked into confessing. This type of manipulation can have severe consequences and is a concerning example of gaslighting.
What happened last night? Plain and simple. Your side of the story.
I'm not talking to you. I'm a lawyer.
All right. This is what I don't understand. I know, but this is what I don't understand, Jeff. You were sitting there talking just like you were ready to sit here and tell me what happened last night, and then all of a sudden I read that to you, and you screw it, I ain't talking to you. I want a lawyer. I don't understand that. What changed?
Because I told you what. I already told you what happened.
You didn't.
How didn't I?
You didn't tell me what happened last night.
How didn't I just tell you what?
But now you've handcuffed me, and I can't talk to you because you asked for an attorney. So okay, that's fine. But I will tell you right now, you're still on a hold for a robbery.
I know. I don't know why. I need a fucking lawyer because obviously I didn't do nothing. And obviously you guys know I didn't do nothing because I've been arrested for the same bullshit before and you guys don't interview me this much. So, wham bam, thank you for the coke, put me back in the cell. That's my home.
Jeff has now asked for a lawyer and is again refusing to answer questions. But we are only halfway through this footage. And Jeff's ability to defend himself and ultimately destroy this cop only gets better from here.
I have enough evidence
Like what?
of the armed robbery, okay? But, you know, if you're saying you didn't do it, you need to give me your side of the story.
I didn't do it.
Okay, well, give me your side of the story. You got to, convince me. Because I got a lot of evidence. I got a lot of physical evidence.
Well, like what? Name the physical.
Well, I don't need to. Why should I tell you that?
The detective has become desperate and abandoned any elaborate interrogation techniques to obtain information from Jeff. Instead, he resorts to making false claims about evidence to try and intimidate Jeff into giving more details. He threatens Jeff by saying that because he hasn't cooperated, he won't help Jeff. However, the rhetoric could be more robust and flimsy, and it's unlikely to intimidate Jeff into panicking or giving up more information.
Evidence I'm missing.
Name them.
What's that?
Name them.
Well, why do I need to do that? You haven't helped me out at all. You give me a little bit, I give you a little bit. We go back and forth. I give you one of my piece of evidence, and I give me a little something. All right? What time do you get over to Aaron's house?
No, anything I say here can and will be used against me.
Sure, but anything you say here, I can also tell your parole officer that you helped me out.
That doesn't mean dick.
The detective makes a deal with Jeff, but he sees through it and asks for a lawyer. However, the detectives ignore his request and keep questioning him. As time passes, Jeff stays calm and denies the accusations. The detectives try to pressure him by mentioning the gun found with him and threatening him with the possibility of going to prison without drugs. Jeff remains composed and aware that time is running out.
Done, man. Fuck this. I'm not even answering. All this shit that I just said is gonna be fucking written in the discovery now, right?
What? You haven't said nothing.
I mean, every little stupid thing that you've asked me, dude, is gonna be in the discovery.
I'm not even gonna do discovery.
The prosecutor is.
Okay. So, you halfway know the system, how things work, and you halfway don't. Am I right?
I half-ass know
Yeah.
that the only reason I came up here is to get a fucking Coke.
Okay.
And I got it. But now I want a Butterfinger.
But that's not going to happen for a while.
What, the Butterfinger?
Yeah.
Why not? I need to go to the hospital. I'm coughing up blood.
Okay.
Let's go to the hospital.
The police questioned a man for hours, denied him his prescribed drug, and interrogated him about a crime with no evidence. Despite this, Jeff remained calm and exercised his rights. After 12 hours, he was released. Jeff turned his life around and overcame his addiction to heroin. He now shares his audio and advises avoiding police tactics on his YouTube channel. The video of his encounter with the police is also available on his track.